If you think you're too late to pivot into tech consulting, I have good news and bad news. You're dead wrong. I've recently hired people in their 30s, their 40s, and even their 50s, and they completely reinvented themselves. And they weren't even coders. It's not like they were from big tech. They just knew how to play the game right. You see, the problem is most people don't even know where to start. They think it's all about learning to code, getting just the right certification, or investing a ton of time in an expensive boot camp. That's just not the right move. In this video, I'll break down the exact blueprint that you can follow to pivot into tech consulting after 30. Whether you're stuck in a dead-end job, looking for a bigger challenge, or just ready for a serious career upgrade, let me show you the right way to do it. After 30 years of growing corporations, hiring over 750 people, and leading massive consulting teams, I know exactly what firms are looking for. Let me give you the inside track. Now that we debunked that myth, let's explore why this field is not only accessible, but highly advantageous for mid-career professionals. The first reason tech consulting is the move is the high demand and a low barrier to entry, assuming you position yourself right. Tech consulting is exploding. Companies are desperate for people who understand the business problems as well as the technology solutions. And it's not just coders. They're looking for the translators who can bridge that gap. And the best part, you don't need that computer science degree. This means that career switchers, especially those with industry experience, have a serious advantage. The key is learning how to package your skills the right way. The second reason tech consulting is the move is high pay and high flexibility. Let's be honest, if you're making a pivot, money and lifestyle do matter. Tech consulting pays well, and for those with experience, 6 figures is not rare. And depending on your specialty, the ceiling is high. On top of that, remote work is the norm. Travel is an option. And once you break in, you gain a highly valuable skill set that allows you to pivot even further later on. And the third reason tech consulting is the move? It's a best-kept secret. Consulting firms, and of course their clients, love mid-career professionals. The thing no one tells you is that firms don't just want 22-year-old college grads. And in fact, some of them get into trouble because they hire way too many people with zero business experience. If you have any industry experience, finance, healthcare, supply chain, or the work that I mainly do here in DC, government, you're more valuable than you think. You just have to reposition yourself. Before we get into the blueprint, I want to cover the wrong way to do this. So this is the biggest mistakes that mid-career professionals make. First off, and I covered it earlier, is thinking you'll have to learn how to code. Too many people spend way too much time thinking they have to grind through Python or JavaScript and tons of classes around coding. Listen, learning the basics of coding is a really good thing. And I did that before I pivoted into tech consulting, but it was just the basics. A far better use of your time is to learn how tech enables business, and we'll cover that more in the blueprint. Other areas to focus: how to work well with tech teams, how to speak their language, and most importantly, how to connect business solutions to problems. With that, you'd be indispensable. And the third biggest mistake is thinking that certifications will automatically equal job offers. Certifications are not a bad place to spend time learning and testing yourself. But no hiring manager is going to say, oh, you have a PMP or an AWS certification? Done deal, you got the job. The key is to show that ability to understand how to apply what you learned. If you do get a PMP, again, it's not bad, but project management skills, now think about how you would approach the conversation with that hiring manager, the interview. How will you apply project management skills to the challenges that you think they have? How would you apply your AWS skills to the challenges that they have? Working on real-world problems, building a portfolio of sorts about things that you're working on and building is really going to move the needle. Certifications prove your ability to learn, but your ability to actually use the tool, that shows a lot better. All right, how do you actually make the transition? Here's your game plan. Here's your blueprint. In a past video, I said, add this to your playbook. We're developing your playbook. How to be a better interviewer, how to learn the different skills you need. This is part of your playbook. Let's get into it. Your first move is choosing the right path. In tech consulting, we're not looking for just software engineers. I know I keep repeating myself. We're not looking for just coders. You can break in with roles like business analyst, tech project manager, AI and data consultant, cloud strategist, and process automation expert. Let me go into each of them with a little more detail. Business analyst, honestly, may be the easiest break-in path for a lot of folks with industry experience. The reason is we need business analysts to help us develop applications, the different tools we build for our clients. Because when we're looking to build something, the requirement gathering, talking to clients about what they want, it's kind of before the user experience, if you know that world. Like the user experience gets more specific about the front end of an application, but a business analyst just helps communicate with the client about the point of it all. Like, why are we building this in the first place? So it's just understanding the industry, maybe some of the data that's typically used in that industry, and then how to analyze it. Like, what is the growth metrics we might look for? What are some KPIs? Why are they looking to build this in the first place? So business analysts have some soft skills, but they're branching into tech. It's a great entry point. We hire tons of them. Tech project manager. Project management is everything. In fact, I would love everyone that I hire to understand project management at a basic level. We're not all going to be project managers, but if you don't understand the point, if you don't understand constraints and how the steps would work in a project and how to build a basic project flow, like we're going to do this, then that, and who would do it? Like if you're not connecting the dots of how you fit into a project and how important your role is, you're not as valuable, but you don't have to be a project manager. As a break-in, though, it's a good path because a lot of folks in industry have project management experience. You may even have a PMP. And then the tech side, it's not honestly a ton different. So you're just like transitioning the tech part, right? So project management is a great path, a great opportunity. AI and data consultant, listen, that's my job. I hire a ton of them. And it's often that people think they need to learn all about Gen AI or machine learning to be an AI consultant. It's not true at all. Of course we have experts. Of course we rely on them. But we have so many people that need to support that project, that need to understand the data that we're reaching into for a Gen AI model. In our world, you point these large language models like ChatGPT to data that the client wants to reach into. We need people that understand that. So an AI consultant can also just explain to clients what AI does and how it works. And a data consultant is even a little lower. So AI consultant, honestly, a little tricky to break into, but if you're playing a lot with AI, and I recommend that, if you're learning a ton about that, it's not that difficult. The data consultant side is probably a better path. Learning about data analysis, understanding databases at a basic level, a little bit of SQL and Tableau, and I'll get into that later in the blueprint, are tools that you can use to break into that data consultant path. Cloud strategist. We're going to talk about some of the skills that are going to help you to learn in this blueprint. But cloud strategist is in serious high demand. So many organizations have yet to move all of their applications to the cloud. Most have started in some capacity. There's no question. We're pretty far along on that migration of applications to the cloud, but we are far from done. So cloud strategist, being able to communicate to clients about what applications might make sense to move to the cloud or how they would benefit from using the cloud a little better, how they could save money in their current cloud setup. So it's just that we do a ton of work with our clients to perform better on the cloud, make it more secure, set up the environments, etc. Like so many different roles. A cloud strategist is pretty broad, and so therefore it's a decent place to break in for folks with experience, with just job experience. And the other role, the other path, the other entry point is process automation expert. Again, your work, your current work probably includes processes. You do things. So now imagine your process, learning all the time from people who actually do the work. We ask them specific questions, how they do their job. We map it out, and then we automate those steps. Process automation expert, really good path to break into. The tools that we use are not seriously hard to learn, so consider that as one of the options. Of course, the key is to match your current experience to the right consulting path. And it's just to break in. You can choose any other path once you're a part of the teams, and that's the beauty of it. We're just looking for an entryway. This blueprint is your pivot blueprint, not your career growth blueprint. This gets you in, this proves your credibility, this proves your work ethic, and then you grow from there. Please forget deep coding. I'm not ready yet to say learning coding is a waste, but we use AI to do a lot of coding. You can ask AI right now for all the code you need to develop an application. We need to be able to plug that code in together, certainly, but you don't need heavy coding skills. It's much better for you to spend your time gaining tech literacy around what I'd consider the big three. Cloud computing. 3 major cloud providers to pay attention to and learn at a basic level are, of course, AWS, Azure from Microsoft, and of course, Google. Now listen, I would prioritize them in that order. Azure is making great gains because of OpenAI relationship and because it's therefore a platform that you can get both the cloud and access to ChatGPT. But all the rest of them have the same access now. So Azure had made some gains on AWS, but AWS has their Bedrock tools, which allow you to get into other AI tools that are open source, and they're developing their own Gen AI models. You really can't go wrong picking one of the 3, but if you're just like unsure, just start with AWS. You're going to get a lot more available learning out there from AWS, and there are plenty of platforms. Next is AI and automation trends. You're going to hear me talk a ton on here about AI and automation. That's my world. I built AI and automation teams for years. I love the cloud, but I definitely lean heavy on AI and automation. Gaining tech literacy around AI is just using it. ChatGPT, Gemini on Google. Use one of them and just start playing. There's so many different models out there. And so just start using it, get comfortable with it, and just even ask it, how would an organization use Gen AI? Then there's machine learning. Just understand it at a basic level. I definitely do not want you to become a machine learning engineer in order to pivot into tech consulting. But just understand machine learning. There are easy ways to get the foundation of that. And then analytics kind of is mixed in with them, analytics being taking data, running some models on it, and then visualizing it, right? So that's just basic AI at a basic level. Automation is what I covered previously. We're taking a process and we're automating it. We're creating a bot to do it, or just even basic scripting. Even in your home, you might use automation to turn the lights on, to run other parts of your house. We're doing that at work as well. So understanding trends in that area is all you need in the beginning. And lastly, data analytics. I weaved what I would call advanced analytics under AI and machine learning, but data analytics is kind of a step below. First, we want to understand databases, just at a basic level. What data tables look like? Just think Excel, right? It's columns and rows. And then how do you access a database to get the information out of it? When you search in Excel to pull different information or you sort, you're in effect using a language we call SQL, SQL. It could be pronounced either way. Some people call it SQL, some people call it SQL. That querying language is what we use to access the data in a database. Nowadays, you really don't even have to learn all the SQL because we use Gen AI to query databases. But understanding find and replace, delete, and different steps like that we use in SQL is important. Just get SQL at a basic level if you want to break in through the analytics path. And then we visualize the analytics. It's called exploratory data analytics. We use Tableau, Power BI. Those are the big 2. Click comes up, but less so than it used to. So Tableau and Power BI. Tableau is now owned by Salesforce, and Power BI is a tool in the Microsoft Office platform. If you get comfortable with either of them, it's super easy. You're visualizing data. Clients love it. You can build tiny little visualizations. Don't no need to get certified and no need to become an expert, but playing with them and utilizing them, getting a free version on your computer and doing so, super smart. So those big three, cloud, AI and automation, and data analytics, that's your path. That's your blueprint. Where to learn them? Just start by using the free and low-cost resources that are out there. Honestly, you're a Google search away from getting started. YouTube, Coursera, free classes, and of course you can get a certificate if you pay for it. Udemy, unbelievable. There are some really good ones, and there are plenty of reviews out there on Udemy classes, and you can get them super cheap. Don't pay the regular price on Udemy ever. You just hang around and you'll see a discounted price for the class you want in no time. Step 3 of your blueprint. Leverage your industry knowledge as a strength. Instead of trying to erase your industry experience, use it as leverage. If you have 10 years working in finance, pursue financial services consulting. If you've worked in healthcare, pursue healthcare consulting. I worked in hospitality as a young person. There is hospitality consulting. We need help in every industry. I came from broadband. I did telecom after my hospitality days. Remember, if you watched my videos, I lived in Vegas for 2 years outside of school. And I love hospitality. But I got into broadband. I was building literally the internet. And so I understood how broadband networks work, and I understood telecom. So my first consulting job in tech was in broadband. It just made sense. I knew the industry. I knew the lingo. And so we want you to use that knowledge as leverage. We want that knowledge. Our healthcare clients need healthcare experienced people. Our government clients love people that worked in government. Now, your experience can go a long way. And then after that, you're not locked into that industry. You can pivot. It's a flexible space. You can do anything. But breaking in, you want to use that leverage where you can. And step 4, get in the right circles and make the ask. I have to admit, a lot of our consulting jobs are filled with referrals. We love when our people know other people. But I've hired a ton of people without referrals. I'm just saying the path gets a little easier when you have a referral. Get in front of people. Meet as many people as you can that are connected to us. Learn from your LinkedIn network. You'd be surprised. Ask people in your neighborhood. Go to networking events in your town or city. Just ask people that were in tech in some capacity. How did they break in? Just start communicating openly about your desires, and you'd be surprised the people you know and where they're connected. I've seen people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s break into tech consulting and double their salary in 2 years. It's 100% possible. I'm living proof of that, but only if you do it the right way. Listen, I am very happy you found me. I hope this helped. I really do want to help you. If this resonated, please hit subscribe, give it a like. It helps the algorithm grow this channel so I can put more and more of this material together. Let me know in the comments what you're looking for and what challenges you're facing in your current career pivot. And I'm live every morning, 9 a.m. DC time, that's 9 a.m. Eastern time, right here on YouTube, where I continue to talk about ideas and strategies to help you focus and grow your careers. Let's grow together every day.